Hey and welcome back. The app we've been building in the previous videos is not as perfect as we'd like it to be, and one of the reasons is the errors. In this app demo, we can see an error message every time we launch the app, and it's not that user-friendly. So today we'll focus on error handling and back it up with some unit tests to boost confidence. With our solution, we'll be good to go. And with that said, let's get this show on the road. I'll start from the repository, as this is where the exceptions get thrown downstream. There's two cases to handle here: when the request returns a HTTP response error and when the flow experiences unexpected errors in the catch block. I want to send the string resource ID to use when an error occurs, and the current result model can't do this. I'll go ahead and create my own and call it API result class. It will be generic, that way I can use it for other API requests as well. I'll use the string resource annotation. That way, not just any integer will be accepted, only string resources. Since we won't use the throwables for now, I'll remove them and use a service like Crashlytics to log them in the future videos, so stay tuned for that. I'll go ahead and create a function to map response codes to error messages. And you can handle specific response codes and show meaningful messages, like I did with the unauthorized code. I had already created some string resource for this, so I'll just go ahead and use them. Or create a general range for the errors, which could be server or client related. Next, I'll map the exceptions caught by the flow to error messages. I'll start with IO exception, as that's more common. For example, when the user decides to turn off or cut off internet access. Also, I'll create a general one for more generic messages. And the good thing about this approach is when we log errors to Crashlytics, you can always get more information about the exceptions and come back and introduce this exception in the when clause and have more messages for each exception you catch. Next, I'll fix up the view model to use the new result class, and that way we don't have to throw errors from here. Then, we'll adjust the UI to only care about looking for the string resource ID it receives. And we can see the error message looks way better now. But we are still getting the error message every time we launch the app. Removing the initial state from collector state function solved it. Also, it didn't really make much sense since the mutable state flow already has an initial value anyway. And now we can see the loading state correctly and the error is gone. We've added all that logic and run the app and saw that everything works as expected. But I think my mind will be at peace if we had tests to back this up. I'll go ahead and create unit tests for all the scenarios we've just created. The testing stack I use consists of JUnit, Turbine for flows, Truth for assertions, and Mockk for mocks. I'll add resources in the description below, but also if you'd like to know more about these tools, let me know in the comments. I'll start by running existing tests to see what we need to fix. I'll delete this fake because I plan on using a different testing strategy that will be using mocks for the API responses and the real repository to simulate errors and success. I'll start from the vModel integration test I had with the approach I just mentioned. Also, other than asserting every field, I'll check the whole object and see if it's as expected using truth assertions. I'll then proceed to do the same in the weather repository Unitas and check the right error message ID is received for each type of exception, and also that we use the correct API result instance. Also, before we forget, we need to simulate an exception from the API to test the exception handling logic in the flow catch block. And that's all for this video. The code and resources will be available in the description below. Feel free to fork it and contribute. And if you like the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.